Well, hello everyone, it's Liam Carlson here, and we're rewatching a Doctor Who episode. So, some time ago, I asked the lovely people on Patreon to vote an episode to rewatch in regards to what I reacted to in my first year of reacting, because this is going to be a thing in terms of celebrating the upcoming 10-year anniversary since I guess I first started reacting way back in August 2014. And of course it made sense for, I guess, the first of, a series of celebrating 10 years for me to rewatch something that I reacted to in my first year of reacting, and they were, pretty much all Doctor Who episodes, but it wasn't every episode during series 8. It was there was the odd one or two that I did not react to. So yeah, I was still figuring out things there. So yeah, like I said, I asked the lovely people on Patreon to vote in terms of which episode of Doctor Who, I guess series 8, they wanted me to rewatch, and the results surprised me a bit, because I was so certain that surely Dark Water's got to win this, right? Because it's a pretty big episode and whatnot, and I think this was it was pretty much my first episode where something surprising, overwhelming, etc. Occurred. If you know, you know, of course. So yeah, but we're not reacting, or we're not rewatching, should I say, Dark Waters. We're rewatching Mummy on the Orient Express, which is an absolute banger of an episode anyway. So yeah, but that's what we're going to be doing. So with that said, let's get into Mummy on the Orient Express for Doctor Who Series 8. Let's go.
About the clock.
Such an interesting concept. It would be great to go back into this episode, though. Just
thing on this evening?
Yeah.
Oh, one of your pills.
And she did not beat the clock.
Is there a doctor? Sorry,
And for her, the chase is over.
I don't know, she's just...
It is great that we finally got to this episode that was set up at the end of Series 5. Took a few years to get here, but here we are. The long way round, some would say.
Your train awaits, my lady.
Wonderful.
The baggage car.
Yes,
Thanks
don't
for
stop
that.
me now. Like,
The real wonderful is through here.
she...
Faithful recreation of the original Orient Express.
Yeah, such a
Except slightly
great
better.
cover of
Ribbon
Don't
space.
Stop Me Now.
Oh, and the rails are actually hyperspace ribbons, but in every other respect, identical. Painstaking attention to detail. Most of the time.
I hate you. In fact, I hated you for weeks.
Good, fine. I'm glad that we cleared that up. There was also a planet that was
Just
not
avoiding the
completely
subject of
astrology.
hatred,
I went to a
right?
concert once. I can't remember who it was. But do you know what the singer said?
Well, frankly, that would be an absolutely astonishing guess if I did know.
She said,
Well,
I'm Clara. This is the doctor.
another one.
Sorry? Another what?
Oh, we've got doctors and professors coming out of our ears on this
Another
trip.
one. Just imagine, like, that was a reference to
Now,
a
there's
previous
question that's
Doctor.
never asked often,
11.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like I'm never going to see you again.
isn't it?
Ooh.
Is it?
I thought that's what you wanted. Is it boring?
No.
I mean, of course, you just think to, like, when
The last hurrah.
the Doctor dropped Sarah Jane off in Aberdeen, and it's so confusing because you don't want this to be the last hurrah, but sometimes it just is, isn't it? Yeah, temptation. Nope, I'm doing this myself. Just love that, like, they just miss each other.
There's a rumour that someone or something else might be responsible.
Something else. Yeah, a lot of people wanting Perkins to be a companion, understandably so.
Hello?
or that or a recurring character.
They won't let me see her body. They should let me see her body, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I should think so. It's in there, is it? Okay, I have a friend who's really good with locks. Do you want to come with me, see if we can find him?
Oh, well, so is she.
Or you could do that because...
Well, you said in a little mythology.
I know a lot. Because from time to time, it turns out to be true.
It's not a myth, it's the actual thing, right? I should love how we're revisiting, like, myths here, right? With the mummy, and obviously with series 14.
What is going on? Open the door. Get it, open the door.
They can't see from there, and it's creepy like that, isn't it? Like, oh my god.
Like I'd been picturing her dying for years, like a daydream. Not really meaning it, at least I don't think I did.
And then you're just like, did I wish too hard?
It just feels like I made this happen.
Mm-hmm. Be careful what you wish for, etc., etc.
Hey.
No effect on the foretold. It's immortal, unstoppable, unkillable.
Can we get a new expert?
But obviously, don't know the full shebang about this foretold.
Food on trains is traditional.
Doctor, please just look.
There's been another mummy murder. So our last...
Just shuts the door on her.
I'm trapped.
What? Where are you? Sonic screwdriver's not working. What are you even doing in there?
Well, I was looking for you, mister. Nothing to worry about.
What? Was I supposed to waken you up? Drag you out of bed? Because I had a hunch. I thought you didn't want to do this anymore.
Which is so funny considering he was so hesitant. Old habits.
Doctor?
And nada.
I'm gonna have to call you back. You know, I'm gonna have to mark you down for this.
I do love how you've got, like, no idea who's next until, like, the literally 9 seconds.
Before you stop looking the other way.
Like, here we go, like, 16 seconds.
Biology, mythology, physics. If I was putting together a team to analyze this thing, I'd pick you. And I think somebody has. Someone.
It's all a coinky dink, isn't it, Gus?
Orchestrated this whole. No. Hard light holograms. They were never really here. Fake passengers to make up the numbers.
That was my best guard.
Good morning, everyone.
And
Around
yet,
the room, you will find a variety of scientific gold appears in the vicinity of this artifact.
And kills at regular intervals.
And maybe we should just throw this thing out in the airlock.
No, no!
Yep, because that will happen.
Looks like they've thought of that.
What if we
Yep.
say no?
You can see this thing. We can't. Tell us what you can see. Even the smallest detail might
This is the
help save
thing, though.
the
Like,
next one.
even if you had, like, phones or whatever,
Which
you
one?
wouldn't be able to take
You mean
pictures because they wouldn't
can't
say.
me?
Well, that is implied, isn't it? Yes, this is probably the end for you. But make it count. Details, please.
Just, you know, with 30 seconds left, that's the tone you're going with.
Well done, everyone.
It's recording every death.
Of course it is. That's why we're here. To study our own demise. So let's get to work.
Messed up, isn't
Well,
it?
chop, chop.
Just messed up. Something that was very, very mysterious with the mummy and all of that turned something sinister with Gus and this computer, like, just saying this and that to you, and it's just very, very sinister. Just the chip and tone.
In heart. 42 crew, 4 died. Performance promising.
Please terminate
Promising,
the call
but,
and
yeah.
return to work.
This is just like a slap on the wrist in
think you
Gus's
should do
mind.
Well done.
Don't mention it.
Doesn't
so
seem to be
sinister.
any pattern. Their travel
Oh,
history,
Gus is like just
interests.
jubilant in this.
Well, panic attacks after a car crash last year.
It's picking off the weakest first.
Yes,
Sense
I
of
love the
illness
fittest.
somehow. The fake organs, even psychological issues. But this is good news because it means we can work out who is next. I want the medical records.
Yeah, and
of
he's just like,
everybody
well-
alive who is still. Which means that you are probably next. Which is good to know.
Well, not for me.
Well, of course not.
Just say that
Because you're about to
delicately.
Die, but I mean, for us,
Again,
for
delicately.
You know, for a doctor, your bedside manner.
And he's here.
50 seconds.
Someone shut that man up! For the record.
It didn't even flinch.
Where is it now? Approximately 20 feet in front of me. I'm closing.
40 seconds.
Am I close?
Yeah, that is creepy, isn't it? Just like the way that it's just phased through him.
A man just died in front of us. Can we not just have a moment?
No. We can't do that. We can't mourn. People with guns to their heads, they cannot mourn. We do not have time to mourn.
Everyone's got a target on their back right now, and you just don't know who's next.
Anyone?
It doesn't it?
That's why only the victims can see it. It takes them out of phase so it can drain their energy. You, sir, are a genius. This explains everything.
Blue Step Perkins. Why was he not brought back?
I'm by this trauma sense thing, but if the doctor says he can help me anyway, I mean, that has to be a good thing, doesn't it, Clara?
Get all excited.
Free tickets, mysterious summons. He even phoned the TARDIS one time. You know how difficult it is.
You knew this was no relaxing break. You knew this was dangerous.
I didn't know.
There's a
I
revisitation.
certainly hope.
Okay, this.
Like, in a very consequential sense as well.
Again.
Your trauma, your resentment. And now, it's mine.
And now it's starting the clock.
I'm the doctor and I will be your victim this evening. Are you my mummy?
Hey, love that revisitation.
Time's up, I think. So are there magic words? Is there a way to stop you in your tracks? Oh, you really didn't.
See, it's so funny though, like, it would probably insta-kill him, no regeneration. If he failed, of course.
No teleporter.
10 seconds.
And all that tape inside you, it just won't let you die. Will it? It won't let the war end. It just won't let you
You said
stop.
you do feel so bad for this mummy in a
We
sense.
surrender.
0.
I can see it again!
It's okay.
You're relieved, soldier.
There you go. It just needed to be for the fighting to stop, which is sad.
We were fighting that.
So it's basically when he has a built-in teleporter.
Great, so use it.
A little more work. A couple of
That's
minutes.
it though. Like he's
Give
yeah.
you a shout.
Yeah. Everyone else might struggle about that.
When you lied to Maisie, when you made me lie to
Couldn't
Maisie,
risk
you...
us finding out my plan and stopping me.
So you were pretending to be heartless.
That's it though. In that moment, you just can't tell. You just can't help
Would you like to
Macy.
think that about me? Would that make it easier?
Ugh.
I didn't know if I could save her. Sometimes the only choices you have are bad ones. But you still have to choose.
That quote it just sticks with me so much because sometimes it's just choosing the lesser of two evils, really. Still bad.
I don't suppose you'd know of anyone.
It's such a shame.
No. Sorry, Doctor, but I don't think I do.
It's such a shame.
That job could change a man.
Yes, it does.
Is it like...
I just love the music and this piece, like with the gravity of the gravity of the
Well,
situation.
you can't really tell if something's an addiction till you try and give it up.
Forget about it now. Shut up and give me some planets.
Well, I'm glad that you said that.
The
You know that one that's made
light
entirely of shrubs. Are you sure about that?
on his
Have you
face.
ever been sure? And what are you waiting for?
Just so much joy has just washed over his body, right? Oh, Flatline was great as well, wasn't it? I think there was I mean, apart from the Forest episode, which was, yeah, no, like there were a bunch of really neat episodes, and wasn't really, like, I wasn't really I know some people were critical about Kill the Moon. I personally liked it, but, that's just my 2 cents. But I think a lot of people can look back at Mummy on the Orient Express and see it as a really, really good, like, especially with how, like, in the unknown we are in the beginning. especially with this mummy killing people 66 seconds. We don't know what the heck is happening. And then, of course, the mystery furthers and furthers, and it gets quite sad, like, for the mummy's sake, really, because of the fact that this mummy was a soldier who just kept on fighting with no rest, and yeah, so and you've got Gus, you know, who's like this great evil. I don't think they ever revisit, because obviously there was, you know, that comment by the end about the Doctor saying, you know, whoever, we'll try to trace it back, but yeah, Gus was not having any of that. So yeah, because that's the thing when it came to, like, you know, after this episode, like, a lot of people were wanting, well, funnily enough, after this episode, it was both Perkins and Gus, a lot of people wanted to explore further. They wanted Perkins as a, you know, companion, maybe every now and again, which would be really, really great, because he was, you know, great here. You know, Frank Skinner was great in that, and I think a lot of people were clamoring about the fact that, oh, you should do Big Finish. And of course, with Gus, there was a lot of mystique going on there, but again, nada. So, but yeah, it was a really, really fantastic episode. One that I really, really cherished when obviously it was first airing, because it was just really well written, and you know, like it's an episode that you know, I've seen every, you know, so often and all of that, not watched it fully for like eons, but it is an episode that, you know, I've just gone through again, and you just cherish so much, because it was just really, really well done. It even had the iconic quote that I sometimes reflect on when it comes to, you know, controversial decisions and shows that I watch and all of that, where, you know, sometimes the only choices we have are bad ones, and you still got to choose, because that is sadly the case. And it was sadly the case in this episode, because of the fact that, you know, with what happened, and there was no guarantee about if Macy would survive, etc. Yeah, the only thing the Doctor could do was just keep going and keep going. So yeah, but yeah, it would have been really, really interesting though if Gus did return. Because I think there was even the plan, there was even the idea of bringing Gus back into the fold. So yeah, I think they even I don't know. I think there was an idea of bringing Gus back into the fold of I think it was Oxygen was the episode where the Doctor went blind, or at least for the majority of the episode, should I say? No. It was you know, at the end of the episode, it was revealed where he went blind. But I do believe, like, they did plan to I think, because I think Jamie Matheson wrote that episode as well, and I think there was the plan to have Gus return. So, which would have been really, really, you know, interesting. But yeah. It was like I said, really, really great. Like, especially exploring, of course, the Clara dilemma, because, like I said, I can't remember how people felt about, okay, is this going to be, is this building to Clara's exit and all of that? Because I know that she was supposed to depart on the Christmas special that followed Death from Heaven. And then she was kept on for one more season. So I'm not sure if, like, there was, like, huge discussion. I mean, obviously, as we know, this was not her last hurrah. Far from it. I say far from it because, funnily enough, I think we were still yet to cross the halfway point in terms of Clara's tenure as a companion. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was like obviously with the repercussions of, you know, Kill the Moon and all of that, and her adjusting to this doctor, it was a bit of a roller coaster, wasn't it? So because she was having struggles adjusting to the 12th Doctor. 11 was her doctor. And I know a lot of people have said, well, it's really weird considering where she was at the end of Series 7, where she saw all these different faces, even the most forbidden one. Yeah, so... But, no, I just really... I thought the writing, and I still think the writing in this episode was really great, especially with the mystery that was going on with the Foretold. And yeah, it was just great to revisit, just in general, so... Yeah. But yeah, like I said, this was the first of my 10-year celebration thing. Like I said, I did react to Mummy on the Orient Express when I did, you know, first start reacting and all of that. So it's a nice way to kind of, I guess, celebrate year one, really, of my reacting journey. I do have plans, of course, over the coming months and whatnot to kind of, well, I say coming months when it comes onto YouTube, because this is also going onto YouTube, although at a later date it'll probably be weeks, because I'm not gonna draw it out for that long. But in terms of, you know, getting everything prepared and all of that, yeah. But yeah, it's I've got plans in the well, in the woodwork, I guess they call it, and this was one of them. This was the first of, I guess, several. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed going through this rewatch with me, revisiting it. Like I said, a banger of an episode, as this was. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this rewatch. Hope you guys take good care of yourselves, and until the next time,